This conference will now be recorded.
So once again, good morning, everyone. Last session, we discussed variables related. Okay, variables related, how to declare variables and identifiers. So what is identifier? What are the rules for declaring identifiers? Okay, variables related, how to declare a variable, how to access a variables in the print statements, and multiple variables, how to assign. So those things we discussed in the last session. So today we are going to discuss about So today we are going to discuss about input function and comments, and we'll start data types. Okay, so those we'll discuss today. So here consider I have a program. So here I'm going to write one small program. So here I'm maintaining one folder. Likewise, you have to maintain one folder. So here input example. Sorry, sorry. Here this one is. Here today 045. So this one I'm creating a new file. So here I'm saving this file as input underscore example. Okay. So consider, so I have a variable. So here I want to print that variable. Okay. I save the file. Now here when I try to execute, now you can see the output. Okay, in this program generally people are doing mistake, like here you have to specify the comma. Okay, after whatever you want to print will be printed as it is, and when you are using a variable you have to specify the comma. Sometimes people will forget this one. Okay, so here if I write like this, okay, if I write like this, now exit. So here invalid syntax. Okay, always remember. Okay, sometimes people are saying, sir, I written everything correct but it is throwing error. I written everything correct, it is throwing error. Okay, computer won't do any mistake, you will do mistake. Okay, you will do mistake. So here what you have to understand is, and here you have to specify the comma. That is one thing. And sometimes people will do a mistake here. Sometimes here you are giving some gap. Okay, now observe here unexpected indent. Python is a indent based. In other languages like C, C++, Java, there curly braces we have, right? So inside for loop, if condition, here we don't have any. We have to maintain one standard spaces. So what is that one? Next classes I will tell you. So sometimes you will get this error. So here it means here you are using space. So remove the spaces. Okay, so generally these kind of errors you will get, and also sometimes you will get here you are starting with the double quotes. Make sure end with the double quotes. For suppose this is single quote, this is double quote, again it will throw error. Okay, so here double quotes, and here it is a single quote. Okay, now if I save this one, if I try to run this one, here it is going to throw error. End of the line while scanning string literal. Okay, so make sure whatever the case, whatever the here double quotes, make sure it should end with double quotes. Okay, So generally these kind of errors we will face these simple example. Now, so here I save this one and I executed this one. So every time here I'm getting the output these three values. I don't want like that. I want to give the value, whatever the value I entered, that value I want to print. For suppose here I entered Ravi. Okay, now here it is hard coded value, means explicitly I said, boss, this is the value you have to take. But I don't want like that. At the time of executing the program, I want to give the value. At the time of executing the program, I want to give the value, how it could be. Okay, so here what happened is, if I run this program, every time the same output is going to display, but I don't want like that. I want to give the name, whatever the name I have given, that I want to print. Okay, so how to do that one, that we'll explain now. Here for this we have to use input function. Last time we are using print function. The name itself indicate print means print something. So here also input need, so using input we have to give the value. So this input is similar to C language scanf, C++, C, Java, okay, buffer reader class is there. So here in Python we have to use input function. Those who don't know all these things, leave it. So here you have to understand what is the input function. Now observe here. So I'm explaining with a simple example here. Name equal to, okay, so here input. Now if I press enter, immediately it is asking the value. What is the value you want to enter? I want to enter a value funny. Now press. Now here whatever the value I entered, this value will be assigned to this variable. Now what is name? Now observe again, a is equal to input of. Now when I press enter, it will ask the value. What is the value? So here 23. Now whatever the value, press enter. Now what is the value you entered? That value is assigned to this variable. Now what is age? 23. Okay. Now here, so here what you understood is, so when I am using input function, here press enter, then it will ask the value. Whatever the value you entered, this value is going to assign to this variable. Now I don't want like that. I want to print a message. Okay, enter your name. Now observe the difference. So the same name. Okay, person underscore name equal to input of. Here I am writing something. Enter your name. Okay, now observe the difference, guys. So here I am not written anything. Here it did not ask any. So here I am writing something. Now here you understood. Just understand this one. So when when I return something here, this will be printed as it is, and it will ask the value Raj. Now person name Raj. Okay, I'm entering once again. So person underscore is equal to input of. So here what you have to understand is, whatever you are written here will be printed as it is. Now here what I am doing is enter person is. Okay, here I am putting slash n. If you put slash n, it is going to ask in the next line. Okay, see here the cursor is going to prompt at next line. So here the cursor is going to prompt immediately. Now as I use slash n means new line. So this will be printed as it is. As there is a slash n, here it will, the cursor will go to next line. Now 23. Now person underscore age 23. Okay. So now observe, name equal to input of enter your name. Okay, I'm repeating once again, guys. Here, just observe. Here immediately it is prompting. Here immediately it is prompting. Okay, Krishna. Now name value Krishna. Now the same thing as I said here, input of enter your age. I am using /n. When I am using /n, it will ask at next line. Okay, 12. Now age 12. So here what you understood is using input function, you can enter the value. Now here my requirement is same. Instead of using every time the same thing, so whenever I am executing this program, I want to give the value. So here what I am doing is, so here I am writing input of enter your name. So here I want into next line. Okay, so here as I said, now observe the output. So here it is asking, okay, age, location. So here, so first three statements are has taken the values, enter your name, enter your gender, enter your location. Now whatever you are written here will be printed as it is. Okay, so this is the now I'm explaining with another example. Guys, up to now clear what is the purpose of input function? So here if I am executing the if I executing the program again, so it is going to ask the new details. Okay, gender male. Okay, enter your location. So Srinivas, male, Hyderabad. So every time you can give the values your wish. Guys, up to now clear what is input function, what is the purpose of input function?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah, we are
Now,
clear.
thank you. Now, here observe, guys. Take assignment. Same self-introduction. Using input statements. Using input function. Okay. Now, next. So today, next we'll go. See, consider my requirement is I have a program student underscore or details.py. In this one, I want output. So when I execute this program, I want output like this. Enter student name. I entered student name. Okay. Enter school name. So I entered Delhi Public School. Okay. Enter subject 1 marks. I entered 90. Enter subject 2 marks. I entered. Okay. Now I want output. I want output. Okay. So let's consider first only I have only these two statements. Okay. So here I want output student name. Okay. So whatever you entered here, Rahul, student school name, DPS. Okay. So here I want output like this. For to get output, here you have to write your Python program. So here, so enter student name. So he want to enter some using input function. So I am entering input function, enter student name. So whatever the value you entered, that value I have to print. So I am assigning whatever the value you are entering, that value I am assigning to a variable, so that now I can use that value. So here you are entering that value, some value that will be assigned to here. So here I want to use that one. Similar way, school name. So here it should ask next line. Now, so here I am printing. So here I am printing student underscore name. Okay, so I'm executing this program. Wait. So here I have to execute this program, right? So I am opening a new file. Okay, I'm executing this program. So here it is asking student name, Rahul, student school name, DPS. Okay, Rahul under DPS, fine. Now, so this is the way you have to use input function. Now, I want to enter marks here. Okay, so here I'm changing. So before that, let me tell you comments related. Okay, so hope everybody understand input function. Let me tell you, next one is comments. Okay, so here comments, what is comment? There are single line comments and multi-line comments. So what is this purpose? Single line, what is the purpose of comment? Okay, so here consider in this example. Okay, so here I want to enter. So if someone completely new to this program, okay, new to this file, so to understand this one, so what I want to is, I want to write a hint kind of. So hash enter student details using input function. Okay, so comments, it will not be executed by the compiler. Comments, it will not executed by the compiler. It is only for our understanding purpose. We can write some statements. Okay, as per this one. Now if any new person opened the script, now he can understand. So here there is something is going on. What is this one? So enter student details using input function. Okay, now here I'm writing one more comment like print student details. Okay, now so here when I try to execute, now directly it is asking this one. So here whatever you are written, it will not consider. So comments are only for our understanding purpose. Okay, so in this program, in the .py file, when you write anything, using hash, that it will not be considered. Okay, now observe here, in this program I have written two print statements. Those two print statements are printed. Now what I am going to do is, I am using one hash here. Okay, one hash here. As this is the hash, compiler will consider this is a comment, so it will not execute. Now here if I run the program, so this statement will be executed, so it will enter the value. This statement will be executed, it will enter the value. So here it will consider there is only one print statement, because this you mentioned comment here, hash symbol, so it will consider as a single line comment. So this comment, it will not be executed. Now, so here run module. Now observe here. So here it is going to print only one thing. Why? Because when you use hash symbol, compiler will compiler will understand that this is a comment, it will not be executed. Only whatever the Python statements, it will be executed. So what is the purpose of single line comment? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you guys, thank you. Now next, multi-line comments. Okay, so this is a single line comment. Now the single line comment, we have to give hash symbol. So multi-line comments, we have to give triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Okay, triple single quotes or triple double quotes. How it could be? Okay, I will tell you that. Okay, now, so here I am writing a program. So the same program I am little extending. Student marks details. So here I am entering subject 1 equal to put of enter subject 1 marks. Okay, now I am printing.
Sir,
Yes,
how can we print in a single statement, sir? Those values.
this one.
Yes, sir. School name, subject one, and all. Those all.
Okay,
How can we print in a single print statement, sir?
okay. So here now I will tell you. Let me complete this one. Now I will tell you this one. No problem. Okay. So here, so I'm saving this one. So I'm creating a new file. I'll save as student marks details. Okay. So whoever asked the question, have you tried, guys? The person who asked this question, have you tried or not? Single line statement, how to print, have you tried or not?
Yes, sir. I tried, sir.
Okay. So then I will tell you. Now, so here, guys, I have a multiple statements. Now, here I want to write a multi-line comment. So multi-line comment means single line comment, you can use hash symbol. So for suppose here I have written like this. Now this statement will not be executed. Okay, remaining will be executed. Now observe this one, guys. Student name, school name, subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks. So here last line it is not executed because you made it a comment. You indicate comment, so it will not execute. Now if you have a multiple lines, one way is you can put multiple hashes. Okay, now what happened? These 3 lines it will not execute. Okay, now observe the output. Okay, so here it is going to execute this one. Now instead of, if you have a multiple lines, instead of putting commas like this, what we can do is we can use triple single quotes. Okay, triple single quotes or triple double quotes, if you write like this, now this will consider as a comment, and this it will not be executed. Okay, I save the one and I'm executing this one. Okay, now observe here. Now I am writing multi-line comments. Okay, so consider I am commenting this one. So as I said, we can use it triple single quotes or we can use it triple double quotes. Okay, now how many lines you commented? 2 lines, right? Now you commented 2 lines. Now I'm executing this program. So observe here, as you are commented, these lines which will not be executed by the Python compiler. So whatever the print statements, it is going to execute. Okay, so here that is multi-line comments. Okay, so here what you have to understand is, whenever if you don't want to execute multiple lines, okay, so then you can go for this one. Now, so here in the real time, when you start any program, initial at the beginning, you have to write a comment. So when you start any program, here we have to write a comment. So what is this comment here? As I said, whenever you are written anything inside triple single quotes, triple double quotes, it will not be executed. So here whatever I have written, okay, so here it will not be executed. The program will be executed as it is. Okay, though I have written something, this it will not be executed. Okay, now here the best practice when you are writing a program is, here you have to mention your script details. So what is the script name? Okay, student mocks details.py. Now who is the other? So means who have implemented this script, because in our projects, okay, so many people are there. Okay, so when you open this script, he has to understand who is written this script and when he is written this script. Okay, and what is the purpose of this script? Okay, now here writing. Okay, so here what you have to understand is, so when someone opened your script, so for suppose guys, this is the 10-line program. Now consider there is a 1,000 lines program. Okay, so here what you have to do is, make sure write a comment. In the comment description, you have to write what is the purpose of the script. So when I read this one, at least I get an idea of what is this script is going on. Okay, so here I am using entering the input details, input function. I am printing the details. Okay, so when someone opened your script after 1 year, now he will understand, right? So what is the script name, who developed this one, when he developed, and what is the purpose of the script. And also here you have to maintain changes also. Consider some people I can write. Okay, so here I'm adding one more column. So okay, so here I'm adding one more column. Okay, so I am printing this one. Okay, now save the file. Now execute. So execute, it will execute. Now here, for suppose, so this day I started program. Consider next month I added this one. Okay, after 1 month, okay, based on my requirement, okay, I added this one. Now here you have to write. Okay, for suppose next month, okay, next month you have written some change to the script. Okay, variable is added. So here, so that, okay, when 2022, when I opened the script, now I understood, right? So what is the script name, who developed, when he developed? Okay, so what is this purpose of the script? So what are all the changes has been made this script since from 1 hour, 1 year? So likewise, whenever you are doing anything, so we have to write it here, guys. This is the simple program. Okay, going forward we have to write multiple functions, classes, so it become complex. So here what you have to understand is today, so there is a multi-line comments. Whatever you are written multi-line comments, it will not be executed by the compiler. So the best practice is when you are writing any script, make sure at the beginning write this comment. Okay, so up to now clear? Can anyone confirm in the chat? Guys, clear or not up to now? Yeah, thanks Amar. Now, so here, so assignment 2, I want to write a program, account details.py. In this one, I want output. Okay, so here I want an output, account name, account number, bank name. Okay, sorry. So here, enter your account name. Okay, now enter your account number. Something have written. Next, enter your bank name. Enter your location. Enter your branch name. Okay, now what I want is, I want a print statement like account details. Okay, or let it be like this. So I want to start, okay, account details. Sir, how to get these stars? Okay, so generally you are writing account details means you are writing like this, right? So here if you want to stars, just put stars here like this. So simple, sir. In the singular double quotes, whatever you are written will be printed as it is. Okay, now, okay, so here note, make sure write multi-line comments. Okay, so here you have to write your Python program. So I want some Python statements, but I want output like this. Okay, so I have to enter these things. After entering, so it should print output like this. Okay, so here at the beginning you have to write a multi-line comments like the purpose of the program, who is implemented, when is implemented, all the details I want here in the multi-line comments. So this is the input function. Okay, now next thing is consider. So here this is student dot details. Now here marks dot.
Hi, Srini. This is Shanti. I do have a small doubt. If
Yes,
I
sir.
want to input some value, is there
Okay.
any possibility that I can provide a drop down over there?
So drop down related UI you have to go. Okay. So or if you want to
Okay.
choose, I mean to say enter your choice. Okay, then you can choose one option. Based on the option you can do. So that I will tell you guys. Next, going forward, when you go for if else conditions, I will tell you that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Stan. Yeah.
Yeah. And here one person asked multi-line this one, right? Okay. So consider here if you want to in a single line. So what you can do is, as I said, okay. So here I want both things in the single line. Now here you can write print student name. Okay. So here I want std underscore name, and then you want next line, right? Here single quotes or double quotes, again you put a slash n. Okay. Now here you can do school name, student school. Okay. And then so here you want to assign a value, school name. Okay. So when you use a slash, so it will go to next line. Okay. Or you can go for string formats. So that string formats related next classes I will tell you once we entered into string. So as so far I explained only slash n. So you know up to here, guys. Okay, up to here you know. So here when you want in the next line, same print statement all into one single, you can go for this one. Okay. Now next thing is, consider here I have this one. Okay. Now so here I want along with total, along with the total. So here what I'm doing is I'm printing taking some variable total equal to subject 1 plus subject 2. Okay. Now so I'm taking one more variable, whatever the values you entered, this value will be come to here and will be printed here. Now I'm writing program for here. Okay. So copy this one, save here. So here we have to save the file. Now std marks underscore total dot py. Okay. Now observe, guys. Okay. Run. Stream was enter your school name DPS, subject 1 marks 90, subject 2 marks 80, but total 90 80. So here why is it so? I will tell you. So consider here the same thing, subject 1 equal to 90, subject 2 equal to 80, total equal to subject 1 plus subject 2. Okay. Now what is total? 170. So here it is looks fine, but here it is appended. Why is it so? Because of data type. Okay, so here this is a string data type when you are using input function. So here integer data type, what is string and what is integer, now I will tell you. Okay, so here you are assigning a value integer, so it will be considered as an integer and it is printed total. But when I'm doing here, it is considered as a string. Okay, input function is expecting a string only, so it will be a string. So here string concatenation will be happen. So what is integer, what is string, what is concatenation, what is data type, all those things we'll discuss today now. So consider, guys, here what is data types. So any programming language, if you go any programming language, the way I'm discussing now, first variable, print function, first variable, next guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Mm.
Vivek.
Now you can hear.
Yeah, thank you. Now, so what is the data type? Data type represents type of the data. Okay, consider a equal to 10. So here, based on the value which you are assigning to a variable, I can say this variable data type. Now, here I am assigning 10, a numerical value I am assigning to variable. Now I can say a is a integer data type. So here there are some previous two types of data types: built-in data types and user-defined data types. Okay, so guys who are all non-IT to IT, okay, who are all completely new to programming, okay, remember this word data type, input, okay, input, data type. So going forward, we will habituate. So first initially it will be very new to you. Now built-in data types, the user-defined data types. Okay, now what is built-in data types? So first, a none type. Okay, next numeric data type. So here in numeric we have int, float, complex. Next, sequence. In this sequence related we have string, list, tuple, range, byte, byte array. Now, so next, set. So in the set we have set comma frozen set. Next we have maps, so which is a dictionary, and we have boolean. So boolean is always true comma false. Okay, now what is this data types? We'll discuss. Okay, 750, right? So here this build data types related I will discuss tomorrow, guys. Okay, 8 I have a session, so if I start this one we will be at middle. Okay, so tomorrow I will start, and here what you have to do is make sure practice these two things, guys. Using input function, write this one and also write a comments. Okay, so same thing I will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll go for data types, guys. This data types is very important. Okay, so these data types, next if else condition, for loop. If these three are you are perfect. Okay, so any Python program, if you see, at least you will understand 20 to 30% of code. Okay. So I will help you into that, and I have a multiple assignments I will give it to you. So what I'm expecting for you is, so daily practice. Okay, so generally at the time of listening the classes it will be very clear, but when you put hands, then only you will see multiple errors. Okay, so tomorrow I will continue, guys.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, Deepak.
Sir, I got an error in a Python installation time, and I'm not supported a file in a Windows 7.
So which operating
3.7.7.
now
Windows 7.
currently Windows 7? Then you can go for
Yes.
3.7 version. Okay, don't
Yes,
go
I
for the